Hello, everybody. Waiting to get close to each other, that's why.
Brandon, mic check.
Yes, sir, you are good.
Thank you. The call will begin in 1 minute. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being on today's call. This is the continuation of the training for Client Creator so that you can use this powerful system on a daily basis to generate leads, to follow up and follow through, to manage all of your clients and prospects, and to communicate with them through various different modes, such as text messaging, email messages, which are all done for you. And with that being said, I'll turn it over to Brandon to get started. Brandon?
Okay, thanks, Rand. So I'm going to go back and continue on and show you through the setup of our system. So let's see here. Okay, last week we covered the setup section of your Client Creator, and I'm going to cover if you missed anything on that, please make sure that you go back and watch the video recording of that, because the setup of your Client Creator is the most important part. Just as a meeting note, if you are not muted, if you can please mute, just so we don't get any background noise or feedback. Sometimes your microphones are super sensitive. Again, if you had missed last week's meeting, you can go into the video library and you can select on the Zoom category, and that'll look there. Again, if you can mute your microphone, please.
What's my document? They say that she said she's not gonna.
Gonna mute everybody. I apologize. Okay. Again, don't say that again. We're going to go to the Zoom category, and this will have all of your recorded meetings. Last week's meeting is located here. Okay, I'm going to go back to the menu. The next section I just want to go over, I want to try to cover the account options that also need to be set up and reviewed. And then I want to start to do the client manager depending on time. So I want to try and go through this. So I'm clicking on the account option here to bring up our account information. Now there's some things in here that you should be aware of. Again, most of this is going to be taken care of by the client creator team as part of your service and how we set things up, but you should still be aware of the functionality and the ability of the client creator system. You want to make sure that this information is correct. It should be part of your setup, but you want to just double check on your information here. But what we're going to do here is we're going to click on the options section and just cover a couple of these separate areas here. This just brings you back to the account option, just brings you back to this page again. Your billing and payment is going to be your membership management. So if you have to update your payment method or if you have to view your payment options, you can do that here. So you would just click on this. The email header. The email header is a graphic that goes out with all of your communications from your text message or from your email communications, any direct messages that you send out to your clients, and your information gets branded. So your header is put on here, and our team will create one for you. This is just a sample header that is up on our test system. Yours will probably be different look and layout with obviously your information on here. This email header is going to also tie into your social media pages. So everything looks exactly the same. Uniformity is definitely key to a professional look. So the look and feel that they see on your emails and communication is going to be the same on your social media platforms and your business pages. So the next one is going to be the email history report. This is going to be a report that can show you your email tracking. So if you're looking for emails that have been sent out from the system for a specific date range, deliverability, information, all of that can be done here. This will show you the subject of the email, who you sent it to, the status of the email, if they've opened it, if they've clicked on the link inside the email, if that's applicable, and the last time that they did that. So this will show you all of the information that is on there. This is a test account, so I don't think it has, it doesn't have any information on here. Let me go back, I'll just do a month. Sometimes I do test emails, but it might show some information. It may not. Oh, yep, here it goes. Okay, so these are all tests. You'll see, this is the Monday Morning Coffee, obviously. This one was delivered to a test email address. This one also will show you the information on the email details. If it was opened, the events, the triggered, all of that information will be populated in this system here. So it really gives you a detailed summary of your emails and your tracking. So this is good to see who's opening your emails and if they're being delivered. Now you'll see this here. It says it's red here for not delivered. This is an invalid email address, so that can happen. But you do want to monitor that, because if you're sending emails that are not being delivered, this all counts for your validity on the emails that you're sending and your email rating. So you don't want to send emails out to, if you've imported a client list and people in here, you don't want to send out emails to email addresses that are not valid. Again, this can reflect on your rating, and then sooner or later you might start to get spammed or junk mailed. So it's important to send out only quality emails to people who are expecting your emails. Okay, so that's the email report. I'm going to go back to the account section. Facebook page ID. Again, this is going to be something that our team is going to handle for you. This allows the integration of the client creator system and your Facebook account. This is part of when you add us as the administrator to your Facebook business page. Part of our team setup process is to add the page ID to your client creator account. And this associates all of the information with your account. You'll see it just shows you if you're going to do this you're on your own, shows you where your ID is located. We also have a tutorial that walks you through step by step on how to locate this. But again, you don't need to do it. We take care of it for you. This is just showing you, the option for you if the need arises. Google Analytics. Google Analytics is a separate system that gives you advanced tracking of your ads, your delivery, your page clicks, the
Now,
demographic
I'm
of your
sorry for the
system.
background noise, but I had to go on a Zoom meeting.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to mute everybody. If you have not done it already, please mute your microphone. Google Analytics is a system that will track advanced analytics for your client creator account. You do not need this, but it is an option. If you're familiar with Google Analytics and you have a Google Analytics account, you can integrate that here. Unfortunately, Client Creator does not support or train on anything Google Analytics. That is a system unto itself. So you would have to be familiar with this already to be able to do it. But if you have one and you're familiar with it, you can incorporate that into your account, and this will track all of your activity from your emails to your lead capture pages to your follow-up. All of that can be added into your system by putting the script in here. The next is the LinkedIn access. This is very similar to the Facebook page ID. Again, our team will take care of this for you. We'll create an app and an access token. This allows us to post and integrate your LinkedIn with your client creator account. Again, we will take care of this for you, but there is a tutorial that shows you how to do it if you want to do it yourself. If you want to go through and do it, if that's absolutely up to you. That is no problem at all. But our team will be taking care of that for you. The tutorial is located here, and this is the link directly to the portal where you need to complete those steps. And once you complete those steps, you'll get what's called an access token, and that's what you're going to put right into this area. Once the access token is validated on the system, you can then go in and just check your connection, and that'll validate that it's able to communicate with your LinkedIn. Again, I can't stress this enough. We're already going to take care of this for you. Were you going to say something, Rand? I'm sorry.
Just the same thing, that we've already taken care of this for you. We're just showing you the functions for those of you that are a little more advanced with using technology, so that you can never outgrow Client Creator. You can always have a way to do everything you want to do.
The next section is going to be the logo. And again, you probably updated this in your profile when you did your real order setup. But if you change companies or you need to update the logo or the branding, you can do that here. But 9 times out of 10, our team has already uploaded this for you from the information that you provided for us. But again, you can upload that or update that at any time right in your account settings. Mobile settings. This is pretty important. We do not set this up for you. Again, we do not touch this mobile settings for you. So you want to come in and just get this set up, because this is going to allow you to set up your mobile notifications and the times that you want to be notified and times you don't want to be notified. So you would just come in here, you'll choose your carrier that you're on. You're going to put your cell phone number in here. You can choose the days that you want to be notified, start time, end time, just so that you're notified on your text messages. I mean, if it's Saturday night or Sunday morning, you don't want to be notified. You just want to make sure that those hours aren't selected if you generate new leads. You will still receive notifications via email that you got new leads and new information. You just won't be notified via text message during those times. So if you want to come in here and just modify this just so that you can get the text messages, during the applicable times, you can modify that right in this section. If for some reason, this is rare, but there's some smaller cellular companies that are not in this list, you have to just send a support ticket to support@clientcreator.com. Tell us your carrier that is not listed in here. We'll get an authorization from them and an integration, and then we can add that to the drop-down list.
Okay, Brandon, somebody said we're a team and we have 2 phone numbers. How does that work?
You would have to add, that's going to be down here in this team member section. So I'll get to that in 1 second.
Very good.
If you want to go in and change the password to log into your Client Creator account, you just go into your section here and you'll put in a new password. Very typical. You gotta confirm it. It needs to match and then update it. And as soon as you click update, it's going to be that new password. So when you log in, that is going to be the password that you're going to use. And with regards to login, this email address here, whatever you have in your email address for your account is your login email address. Some people say they changed it or they put the email to advertise as their email address and they're trying to log in with that email address. That is not the email address to log in. Whatever is located in your account is what the email address that you'll put at the login screen. Profile picture, again, same as the real order setup. You just put that information up here. But again, if you have anything that needs to be updated, or it's, you took a new picture or whatever it may be, you can update that here. Pretty self-explanatory. The real order documents. This is a document section where you can upload information that you want to send to clients. So let's say that you have a report that you want to send to them, or maybe you have a list of homes that you want to send to them, or whatever it may be. Maybe there's a flyer or an advertisement that you want to send out in an email blast. And you want to host that document online, you can come here and upload that document to your Client Creator account. When you upload that document, it's going to create a link that you can use to send to people, whether it be a text message, whether it be an email. You can use that link, and then people will be able to download and view that document. So this is very useful for, if you have information that you want to upload and host online and send to your clients. Sometimes a home will come for sale and they want to send it out to specific buyers in their Client Creator system. You can add that document here. It will automatically create a hyperlink right here, and you'll just click on the copy link and it will copy that link, and you can just paste it into an email, paste it into a text message, however you see fit. So yeah, this is a real nice area for uploading documents and managing your documents that you can use to send online. This helps also. Sometimes you do an attachment on an email, and sometimes email filters block those attachments. So with creating a link for them to click on to download the document, it increases your email deliverability as well. So just another feature.
Okay, couple of suggestions for you guys. I would upload your pre-listing package and your buyer packages so that you have a link to use when you're emailing people and telling them that you've attached for them a pre-listing package or the home seller's guide to selling for top dollar, whatever name you want to give it, but upload it so you have it handy to use that link in email communications. Now, I've done things like this. We upload all of the closing documents from our clients. And then once a year, we send them that link on around, I think the date is January 4th. We send them a link to all their documents. They send us almost tax time. So we wanted to make sure that you had all your documents in one place. We don't want to have you scrambling to find them all. So here's a link to all of your documents. It's one of the handiest things I have and use. I've got over 100 uploads in there with links generated for them. Okay, thanks.
Nope, no problem. Okay, so that covers the real order document section. Realtor setup, that takes you just back to where we covered last week, where you upload your social media, your profile information, your marketing, all of that stuff. So that just takes you right to that link. The next one is a newer system that we have in Client Creator. It's a sender verification system. So what the sender verification will allow you to do will allow you to send out emails from your own personal email address. So if you have an email address that you would like to use with the Client Creator system, so when you send out emails, it'll come from you, you can validate your email address here. So what you want to do, you have to validate it. It has to go through a process for it to be approved. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to create, you're going to click the sender button, which is right down here, put your email address information in, and then you're going to do get an email from the system for validation. You need to send that email to support@clientcreator.com. This is very important right here. Step number 3. You have to forward that to us. We have to do a test on your email address to make sure it's valid. It's not an alias or anything like that. It has to be a valid email address. And then once it's run through the process of checking it, we will approve it, and then it'll be in your system. And then you can come back and you can do a test email, make sure everything's how you like it, and then it's activated. So again, what will happen is instead of sending out from the Client Creator system with your realtor information, this will send out directly from your email address. So it's an easy way to manage your your email delivery, your email tracking. So if you want to use that system in Client Creator, you would just come here and create the sender, and it'll go through the process, and you'll just send the verification email to us. We'll check it and then approve it. Again, you can't use an alias if you have an email address that's just a forward automatically. It's not an actual email address. The system will most likely deny that. So you want to make sure that you're using a valid email address. You also need to make sure that I talked about this a little earlier, but you want to manage your own email sendings. You're in control of the emails and the validity of your emails that are being sent out. If you have a bunch of people that you don't have approval from, or if they report you as spam, unfortunately, there's not much we can do about that. So your deliverability is going to account for how you're managing your address. If you're downloading or just downloading email addresses in your area, maybe you got them from an MLS and you don't really have authorization to send to these people, that's not typically a good idea. Because more than likely they're going to report you as spam. So I would steer away from that if at all possible. When they come through a lead capture page, they're validated, so you're authorized to send to them, but anybody else is not, unless you have verification from them. So again, you want to come into here to create your sender verification process.
Hey, Brandon, we've had a couple people that said they can't hear anything at all. Any ideas or suggestions for them?
I don't know. I mean, I would check your computer audio. I mean,
That's all I had for them.
Yeah. There's nothing like, it's probably something with their computer audio or their headphone.
Oh, everyone else is saying they can hear perfectly.
Okay. The next section is going to be the social media. Again, this is going to be integrated from our Client Creator team. They'll probably be updating this with the information that you provide to us, but this will have all of the links to your social media channels. And this information gets put on your lead capture pages and on your marketing, just so that they have access to all of your social media platforms. If there's one that you see is not in here and you know it, you can add it. But again, our team will be taking care of that on the most part for you. The last section is going to be the team member section. Somebody asked previously, if you have team members and you want to give them access to your account, you'll come here and you'll click on the add new. You'll put their name, email address, their cell phone number if they want to get notifications, and you'll create a password for them. If they're going to receive the leads, you'll check this box here. So that way that'll allow the team member to receive the notifications and the leads for you. Once you create this account, the team member will be able to log in and access your account with their own login. They will not have access to certain features like your account, your billing, and all of that information. They'll just be able to access the lead capture pages, the email and text campaigns, and your client manager. All of the other information is going to be private for your account. So you can add as many as you want. There's no limit to the amount of team members that you have here, but you know, you can put that information in pretty easily here. Okay, the next one is the unsubscribe to the newsletter. If you've activated the Monday Morning Coffee and you want to deactivate it, you can click here and it will unsubscribe your account to the Monday Morning Coffee, and you'll no longer have that activated in your account. Okay, that covers the options in the client creator account system. Now I'm going to go over to the client manager and we're going to start there. Now I'm only going to try and cover some of the things. There's so many options and tools in this client manager. It's going to be and need to be broken into 2 sessions, but we're going to start and just go through the some of the features and the day-to-day type of functionality so that you know how to navigate this and what you need to do. The client manager, you obviously is located right here. You're just going to click on select. It's going to bring up the clients that are located into your system. It's going to have the newest to the oldest. This is the test account, so there's a couple in here just from testings and from doing Zoom meetings. So what you want to do, you're going to bring up this client manager, and this is going to bring your client list. It's going to have the name, the date that they were added, the email address of their information, and the source. This is the source of the lead capture page that they were brought in by. So if somebody signed up for a seller verification or seller market analysis, or 4-bedroom homes, 3-bedroom home, first-time home buyer, you're going to see that in your source section here. So you can easily sort that, you know, by the source. Verify. What does verify mean? Verify means they have completed a 2-step verification. So when we go through the lead capture pages, when they enter their information, they have to enter in a code to validate the email address and or cell phone number that they have entered in on the form. If they have entered in that number correctly, they are now considered verified and they have opted into your system. If they did not enter it into your system, into system correctly, they are not verified. Doesn't mean their information is not valid. It just means that they didn't didn't validate the information correctly. It will still send out emails and it'll still send out text messages, but you want to make sure that you try to get that information verified from the client. So this section here, you'll see this is a source. This means it comes in from a lead capture page. This one down here you'll see is manually added. This means I'm added it in. It didn't come in through a lead capture page. I just went in and added that client to my client list. And quite a few support tickets on how to do that. And it's pretty simple. I'm going to go through that options on there. But if you see up here, just like on the account page, you have options on your client manager. You can click on options. Client list is going to bring you right to this list. Add a client. This is where you're going to do if you want to manually add in a client. Click on that. You'll put their name, the property address, city, state, zip code, email address, phone number, cell number if they have it. And then once you have that information in here, you can save it and it'll manually add in. It'll be categorized as manually added, and you can put the client in there. Okay. Client types. You can go in and manage your client types for assigning your clients to different areas and types. So by default, we have all of these listed in here. You are able to add and customize any buyer types that that are not listed in here. We covered most of the common ones, but if you want to add something in here, it's pretty easy to add one. You can just click on add. You can do test client type and hit save, and it'll add the test client type to your system. You'll see it popped up right down here. So that way, if you have a you have a couple clients that you need to assign to a new type, and I'll show you where we do that in a little bit, you can do that here. But I'm going to come in here. and add any type of client types that are not in your system, so you can customize that. Import client list. You can import your own client list if you have a CSV file. This provides this information to import your clients into the CRM and Client Creator. This is the fields that need to be provided on here. First name, last name, address, city, state, zip, phone number, email address, and client type. So in your Excel spreadsheet or your CSV file, these need to be the headers to import into there. If you're not sure and you want to, download a sample format and plug your data in here, you can click right on this link here. It'll download a sample form for you to import. You can put all the fields in there as you need to, save it, and then you can choose that file to upload to your client list.
And you
Our
need,
system-
if you need help with that, we'll help you.
Yep, absolutely. Most of it you already have done this, but if you have a client list to import, just send it to support@clientcreator.com. We'll make sure it's a valid format, and we'll upload it to your CRM. So absolutely, if you have problems with that, we'll more than happy to take care of that for you. Export list, if you want to bring your information out. A couple of you are using other CRMs and you want to continue using that, but you want to take the leads out of the Client Creator system that are generated. You would just click on this export. It will do the same thing as opposite of the import. It'll provide you a list of all of the clients that are in your CRM and Client Creator, all of the data that has been provided, and you can upload it as you need. This is pretty easy. If you want to email everyone in your list, in your client CRM, you would do that here. You would just pretty easily just create the email, type in a subject, type in your message, and hit send. And this will send to everybody in your client list. So a quick way to just send a broadcast message out to everybody. Maybe you're going on vacation, or maybe there's a new home for sale, whatever it may be. You can send a quick email to everyone all at one time. The CRM tutorial. This is the video that goes into massive detail about every single bell and whistle in the CRM system. I try to cover most of it, but there's a lot of tools and features, and sometimes people want to just watch the video and learn every little thing that they can do in their CRM. If you want to do that, you can click on that CRM tutorial video, and it will walk you through each and every section of the CRM, show you all the abilities and the options located there.
And I would urge you all to watch it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we cover a lot in the Zoom meetings, but yeah, that goes into some great detail and is a very informative, and really you become a master of your CRM if you watch that. The opt-in manager, again, if you add people into your system, people have to opt in to start receiving messages from you. You can customize that. You can come in here and edit your message, and this will send the message out to them. Now, to cover the opt-in and what this means, our system will allow you to send out emails to clients that have not opted in or have not verified up to 3 times. So they need to eventually opt in or reply or open an email. All of those things are showing that they are accepting of your email. This is where management really comes into play. You don't want to have purchase a list of people to bring into your system. If you have old people, I had somebody email me the other day that said, I have clients from 20 years ago that I want to bring in. I wouldn't recommend it unless you know for sure that all of those clients are still valid, or their email addresses are still valid, because you still start to send the people that have not approved it, or you haven't sent to in a very long time. It's not going to reflect well for your email rating. And again, like I talked about earlier, it could degrade you, and you start to get reported by spam, and that's not good. So you want to try and keep your deliverability up, your email quality up, and you're only sending out to people that you want to do. But this is a nice little way to edit the message that says maybe you imported them into the system from another system. saying, hey, this is Brandon. I just added you to my new CRM. So if you see emails coming from me, they are valid, yada, 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 whatever you want to put on here. You can personalize it as you see fit. But yeah, you just come in here, you can edit that message and customize it, as needed. Switch to Classic CRM. This is really for our older members. We had an older CRM system. We're going to be moving out of that come the beginning of August. So this is going to be going away shortly. But yeah, some of our older members, we give the option to still navigate from the CRM from their older way that they were comfortable with. Okay, that covers the options on the Client Manager. Next thing we're going to cover is sorry, I'm getting some, sorry about that. Next thing we're going to cover is just on the main page of the Client Manager. This tells you the amount of clients that you have in your system. This is going to give you the option to search for clients. Now, I don't have many in here, but even if I wanted to find somebody, put the first name of Rand, it's going to go in and it's going to pull the information of Rand Smith on here. So if you're looking for somebody, let's say you want to pull up everybody with 3-bedroom homes, and it'll pull everybody that's in the client list for the 3-bedroom homes, and obviously that's going to be this one. The only one that was excluded on this list is going to be Rand because he was manually added. You can put in email addresses, you can put in phone numbers, you can put in client types. Pretty much anything that you have in your client data that you want to search for, you can put in here and it will filter out your system. So if you need to find somebody fast, you can do that. With that said, you can also sort by these categories: new, in progress, active, closed, working, future. These are some of the pre-set defaults that are in the client statuses, so that you can sort by them as well. So if you have anybody in those process, I don't think I have anybody. Yeah, I didn't categorize anybody yet. Everybody's just brand new. But if you categorize them as active, and again, I'm going to show you in a second where to do that, you would be able to see all of that information here. This options here are if you want to see all of your clients, you would click on here if you've already sorted. This one will show you all of the leads that came in. Leads are going to be the ones that come through your lead capture page only. If you want to see, instead of seeing this email address, if you want to see the phone numbers in your list, you can put that information in here and it'll show you all of these phone numbers. If you're looking for people who have opted out of your system, Rand Smith has opted out of receiving emails from me. Thanks a lot. These are going to be people that are no longer going to receive emails because they've clicked the opt out in your emails that have been sent out. And if you deleted somebody in your email list, I have a ton of them, I'm sure I do, you can go through your deleted. So when you delete a client from the system, it's not permanent. It can be restored. You can just come into your deleted and you can go into the view and it'll bring up an option here, restore client, and that'll put it back to your main database. So if you accidentally delete something, no worries, it will provide an option for you to restore that. Okay, next section I'm going to go into, and I don't want to go too much longer. I know I'm going over what I normally say is 30 minutes, but I do want to just show you some of the features, the quick features that are nice if you start to get leads in. So you want to click on the view option, and this is going to bring up the information for the client. So what you're going to do here is you're going to see the basic information up here at the top from the information that they entered into their email address, a phone number. This information down here is what is automatically looked up from our Client Creator CRM. So this will find additional phone numbers that may be associated with this client by scrubbing the internet. So this is automatically done for you. When you go into your client for the very first time, it will find this information. So if you see additional phone numbers listed in here in cell phone other, this is what our system has found as an additional option for you to reach out and communicate with them. So not only do you have the information that was provided in the lead capture page submission, but you also have these additional ones as well. The same as with the email address. I'm going to show you on RANDS, it pulled up additional email addresses, but if there's additional email addresses associated with this client, it will be shown here. Employment tells you where they work, what they have on the internet, and all that information is located here. The big thing is that you see over here, contact and social search. It found a Facebook profile, it found a LinkedIn profile. So if you want to directly communicate with them through social media, you can do that. You would just click on that link. It'll take you right to their social media profile. And if you want to message them through there, or if you want to review their information, see what they're all about, you can absolutely do that. But again, this is just, our CRM is just trying to provide you with as much information as possible regarding your client, so that you can use your follow-up system or do whatever follow-up process you deem necessary, to cultivate that client into cultivate that lead into a client. If you want to edit any of this information, you just click on the edit box. It'll bring up the edit box, and you can update this information on here. Anything you want to change, you can do on here. If you find that their zip code isn't on here, and you want to put that in here, their date of birth, whatever you want to add on here. If you get their age, whatever information that you generate after maybe you speaking to the client or talking to them and seeing what additional information, you can update that in their client details. The next section is the client type. I told you you can customize your client type. This is where you can categorize them. You would just come in here, click on this. You'll see I added that test client type in here, so it's available to you if you wanted to. I'm just going to choose it as a buyer and hit save, and it'll automatically update that client as a buyer. It will show in a second. There it goes. So you can be able to sort your clients by client type as well. Client status on the previous page. Remember I said you could sort by new, in progress. This is where you would assign that: new, in progress, active, closed, working. You can change that information here. Just update that and it'll change as well. Home value. This home value would be if we put in an address on here. And actually, real quickly, I'm going to go back to, because I know we have an address on RAND. So I'm going to go into RAND's view right here and just show you real quick that it pulls up his information for a home value. You'll see up here, he's got an address, city, state, zip code. And we click on this home value and it's going to automatically pull up all of the information on his home with an aerial photo. So if they looked in a property or they're getting a home valuation or whatever it may be, you can go in and get additional information on what was provided and look at the property information that is pulled out of off the internet. So it's a great feature just to see see the property that they may be referring to or the information that they're referring to. And if you want to do your own CMA on the property as opposed to what's being provided to on the internet, by all means, you can do that. If you want to send them out a full CMA, directly to them, this will provide you most of the information that you'll need to be able to do that. So great feature for the system to just see that information pretty quickly.
It is. That's one of the most used things that in my office that we use is to look at the home valuation.
Absolutely.
Hey, Brandon, will you give everyone the our contact number?
Sure. I'm sorry.
Customer service.
951-269-2337. However, I strongly recommend you submitting a support ticket first. Most of the times they can be handled on a support ticket or a support text, but if you need to, you can reach us directly there. But for faster response, obviously, support ticket or a support text is the best way to go.
And another lady wants to know, can you explain verified meaning to us?
Verified means that they validated through this two-step process when they created a lead capture page. Or if you manually added them, they got the email that says, hey, yes, this is a good email address. You know, I'm validating the information. That was what the opt-in manager was for. So that's the one of two ways you can do it. You can, if they go through a lead capture page and they go through the two-step process, they enter in the code from their email and or text successfully, they're verified. If you add a client in manually, they're going to get an email and they're going to say, hey, I just added you to my client creator CRM. Please click this link to validate your information. They click on the link, they then become verified in your system. That's showing you
And-
that you have a good email address.
Somebody wants us to repeat the phone number again.
951-269-2337. Okay, I'm only going to cover a couple more sections because I don't want to go crazy on this. I know it's about 40 minutes past the hour. The next section is going to be the preferences. And again, this is going to be showing you the source information that comes through the lead capture page. So this is what you're going to find that they filled out when they went through the lead capture page. This is telling you the source, that well, the homes that they're looking for in the area that they may be looking for. If they put in a specific area that they're looking for within a county or within a neighborhood, they'll put that information in here. If they filled out any of these other informations, they would be also populated here. This one's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, and no other preferences are on here. However, if you speak to the client or they reach out to you and they're looking for a specific square footage or a price range, you again would just come in here and edit this information, and you can complete that to update their property information or their request information so that you are able to see that information at a glance or able to search for it. Again, part of our search feature on our client list, if somebody's looking for a 4-bedroom or a 2-bath, you can put that in there if you have a property that might fit their criteria, and it'll show you everybody that's looking for that property. So that maybe you want to send them out a listing specifically that they can take a look at. So it's a real easy way to communicate with your clients, to send them any out. Maybe you've just got a 4-bedroom home on the market and you want to send it out to them. That allows you to sort your client list by that to send them out a message. And again, I'm not going to go over this right-hand section again because this is going to be pretty entailed, and I will cover it out on the next one. But I just want to make sure that the data that you put in here for follow-up is going to be what you want to focus on. The cell phone number, the email address, any additional cell phone numbers that they get, and any social media accounts that they have.
Hey, Brandon.
Yep.
Before we move on, will you just show them how to use the magic or the lookup button?
Sure. The lookup button is going to be done for you automatically, typically automatically when a lead is entered in through a lead capture page. If you manually added in your client or you updated any of the information and you want to process a lookup, you're just going to come here, you see the little spinning lookup, click on the lookup, and then hit process lookup. It'll process, sometimes it takes 10 to 45 seconds to look. This one's pretty quick because it doesn't have that much information. You'll see it pulls up additional phone numbers, additional email addresses on the property. So that fast, it will look up additional information on here.
And it does it automatically for you already.
As soon as you go into a client, it'll automatically process a lookup for you. You would only really need to do this as one, if you manually added in a client yourself, or two, maybe you updated some of the email address or phone number and you want to look up some other information. Sometimes somebody will put in a, like on this one, the email address says Comcast.net. Maybe they put 2 T's at the end of .net. And you said, hey, that's not right. Let me just get rid of that 1 T. And put the email address correctly, and then you could process the lookup. Because if the email address isn't correct, it's going to have a failed lookup. So sometimes you could take a look at the email address and see that maybe something's not right, or maybe they've put a comma instead of the dot, instead of .com or .net, many different things. So that's when you would use that, is if you came in here to edit the contact information to correct it, and then you would process a lookup, and then it would do it would scrub the internet based on that information.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'm going to stop it there. We're about 45 minutes past, to cover some information. We covered a lot on this one, and I will continue the CRM next week. But again, if you really want to move forward and you don't want to wait till next week, again, you come back to your client manager, click on the options, and go to the CRM tutorial video. It'll cover most of what I'm going to be covering today, and it'll cover what is going to be covered tomorrow in detail. But again, it just, if you're, wait for us and, we'll go through the Zoom training, ourselves. But if you're very eager and you want to do it on your own, we do have that option available for you. Okay, did you have anything else, Rand?
No, that's it. Oh, no. Yeah, I do. If we didn't get to your question, because we've had, I think, 81 questions, then send us an email and we'll get your question answered. Now, on these training calls, we will sometimes dedicate an entire call to answering your questions, but that'll probably be a couple weeks down the road. First, we want to get you acclimated to all of the important parts of Client Creator. And that's why we try to only spend about 30 minutes a day, because it's a lot to absorb. Okay? Thank you all for being here today. Have a great day. Thanks, Brandon. Great job.
You got it, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.